I just wanted to go to someone else, that can enjoy it and maybe make magic with it as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to hopefully live to be, the oldest
We're
human
never going to die.
on
that's
Earth,
not, I get it.
Yeah. But I'm going to enjoy it, and I do enjoy it. I enjoy this so much, and that's what's important. It's what life is all about, enjoying what you do. I really enjoy what I do. Like, there's this cassette from Japan. I got to have that because it's a variant or something like that. So those things make me happy and make me excited,
Hey there, this is the Red Monkey Podcast. My name is Tori, and I will be your host. This is a podcast about embodying the spirit of rock and roll, creativity, and combining the two to create just absolute cool, badass rock and roll stuff. Keep listening, and we'll get a lot of stories from a lot of really cool people. Thanks for tuning in. John, thank you for having us in the Knights in Satan's Service. What is the Knights in Satan's Service?
Well, I started collecting like when I was a little kid. I just had this collective soul. And when I was really young, like 7 to 8 years old, I loved, monsters and music. And I was introduced to the Love Gun album, the Kiss Love Gun album, because they looked like monsters and played music. And they had so much merchandise out at this time. And I just loved it all. And I just started collecting and collecting. So back in the 70s, the parents used to think that Kiss were like Satan worshipers, and they used to think that Kiss stood for Knights in Satan's Service.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So they would have these big like protests outside of the shows, and they would pass out flyers, protesting the band and things like that. So I couldn't call it the Kiss Museum because it's Kiss, I can't use the name. So sure. I was just, thought, this is perfect. Knights in Satan's Service.
That's amazing. Yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah. So that's what that came from. And, but it's a really fun hobby, and it's really something I enjoy a lot because there's so much time on the road, and you meet people from all over the world, and everything in here nothing is past 1983. So it's great rock and roll, historic memorabilia.
Who turned you on? So you said, you found Kiss, but like who was that spark that turned you on to Kiss?
Well, I think it was when I was walking through Sears in 1977. I just saw this record display, and I was like, wow, and they were playing the music, and I just was shocked. And I asked my mom, could I please get this record? And she was super rad, and she got it for me. And it literally changed my life. That's what's so funny about inspiration, is like to find something like a record or a picture or something like that could change your life forever.
Right.
And that's why inspiration is so important, because it's like stays with you your whole life.
Absolutely. I mean, as a designer, I've got, my workspace, and you need to create your sanctuary that wants to make you, it helps, we're just vessels, right? We're just like the lightning rods for that creativity, hopefully.
Yeah.
But you need to be inspired and be around inspiring things.
Yeah. What inspired you?
Oh, I don't think anybody's asked. It depends. It could be listening to an audiobook, a podcast, listening to music, seeing something that, we've made stuff for Paul Stanley before, but like just seeing what a lot of the greats maybe did, and then go, oh, how can I, like send a nod back to that but do it in my own way.
Yeah. What inspired you to like first getting into making straps or things like that? Because I mean, it's a good question, because
it is a great question.
You do it better than anybody, and so many people use the straps. What inspired you?
Well, not all straps are created the same. It's like anything with watches or belts or whatever. I want to do the level best that I possibly can do. I want to take it up a notch. There's a bunch of guitar strap companies out there, and there's a lot of great ones, but
Yeah.
like really up level it and make it comfortable and make
Yeah.
it like stylish and have a purpose. Guys like you, I remember when we were first trying to get a hold of you, you were kind of like, I mean, I have guitar straps. And it was like, no.
Right.
You have a look. You've got you're doing the makeup. You were playing with Rob Zombie, I think, at that time. And you had the whole thing, but you just had like a plain Fender strap, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm like
literally a Fender strap.
and you were just like, I'm good. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, but we can make it better.
Yeah,
and then when
yeah.
you finally came around, you were like, I remember you were like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, it is. It's like an epiphany. You're like, oh wow, that's really cool. Like there's so many great straps, that you guys have done for me over the years, and they're, of course, built to last and all that stuff. But it's the comfort I think is most important to me. And then that nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna break.
Yeah.
It's impossible. They're gonna outlive you.
Well, and that's hopefully, I try to treat it like it's a piece of art that is functional, that has a purpose, that makes sense, is comfortable in all of it. And
Right.
so, funny when you say creativity, like I remember you've been through, I've seen some evolutions of looks and different things. And like you came to me to do like a Waylon Jennings
Yeah.
kind of throwback.
Great one.
And it was just a cool strap
Black
for
and
just
white.
the black and white. And we did a photo shoot and all of that. And that was just literally, it was like for funskis,
Yeah.
I don't even know if it made it out on tour or anything. And it didn't matter.
It did.
Oh, did it?
Oh yeah.
To me, it was just the art of it. It was like, yeah, let's fuck around and like, this is going to be great.
And that's what's so cool about inspiration, because it will stay with you and build a career from it. Something so simple like that. And then life revolves around it.
I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. That's great. I was talking about the throwback to some of the greats, and you're playing in Mötley Crüe.
Yeah.
And that made me think, I think I heard an interview where you were like, look, I don't want to change the way, let's say, Mick Mars played these songs.
Right.
I want to do him justice. I want to play them as he played them. And
Right.
correct me if I'm wrong. But I still, and I want to know how this translates, or I still hear John 5. Like you've got a certain either style or tone, or just there's an immediate familiarity, a recognizability of your playing
Yeah.
that you bring to the table. What is that?
So I've always, when I was little, I saw it's so funny because everything goes from when you're a kid, but I saw this movie called Session Man, and I think it's early 80s, late 70s. And I just wanted to be a session player. I loved it. I just wanted to play perfect, and I wanted to play on records. So when I started really dissecting the Mötley stuff, I wanted to play exactly what was on the record. And because the reason why is you and me, we've listened to these songs our whole lives.
Yeah.
So we've heard it one way. So when there is something different, it kind of makes you go, oh, and it kind of throws you a little bit. But I like playing them exactly how they were written and recorded. Now, if you break down, like if you listen, and you can listen to this on YouTube, like guitars only, like Wild Side guitars only, those guitars are pretty clean. If you listen to the real recording, they're pretty clean. So I've always tried to play exactly what is on the record and execute it just like as clean as possible, because people are all recording. They're recording with their phones, which I love. I support that. I love when people record the shows on their phones, because the reason why with that, I'm going on that subject a little bit, is, people might not have the money to go to a show. They might be not well.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like to, I promote, say, hey, get your phones out if you want,
great.
Enjoy. But that's why I like to play as clean as possible because everything's being recorded. So, and I want to do these songs justice, what they deserve.
Totally. Well, that's just huge respect. And that's also, it's like you're taking your ego out of it, let's just say, and not being like, well, I'm in the band now, I'm going to play it my way.
No,
and it's like, okay, I mean, that's cool too, but like, that's rad.
It's exactly, if you see a piece of sheet music, that's what that's what was written. So like, who am I to like go, oh, well, I'm going to change this.
No, it's
well, no, because that's how it was written.
Mm-hmm,
If I do songs like that I've worked on with Mötley, that's different.
Well, I was just gonna ask. I'm like, if now you're full member of the band, and are you guys writing new stuff? Are you writing new stuff? And how does your approach differ from?
We did 2 songs. We did Dogs of War and Canceled, and we went in the studio with Bob Rock, and it went by so fast. So maybe I was just really excited, but we would just record and we played live, like in the studio, which is very unorthodox nowadays. You're usually in the control room. There's a drum track, you record, and the producer's right. No, we were all in one room, which is
that's old school.
It's really old school, which was really cool. And Bob Rock was right in the middle and telling us like what he thought and all that stuff. But it went by so fast. I even asked, I think Nikki or Tommy or somebody, I go, is that it? And they were like, yeah, dude, it's like, that's it. It's like, it went by so fast. But that's what's cool about it, So yeah, we get in the studio and it gets knocked out pretty quick,
I call that flow. You were in the flow, in the moment. It's almost like, have you ever done like, I'm sure, I mean, a long road trip or something where you blink and you're like in the next state and you're like, how did I, that just, and you almost go, well, how did I not get in an accident during that? Or how did I not fuck up on stage or in the recording? Like I wasn't even in my own body.
Right. Yeah. It's weird because like I'll do a solo and I don't think I did more than 2 takes of any of these songs. And I was like, oh, can I do, a few more just to see if like a cool harmonic will come out or something will come out. They're like, no, we got it. I was like, okay.
Well, and that's like a Bob Rock for you, right? Who's confident in their abilities to go, nope, because we're just going to muddy the waters.
Yeah.
So you nailed it.
It's a lot of fun. I'm having a blast.
Do you think part of that I don't want to say confidence, but just your ability, because you are, I don't want to just blow smoke, but one of the most crazy, insane guitar players out there. You can play all kinds of styles from banjo, chicken picking, metal, all different kinds of variations. Like a lot of people can't. For as long as I've known you, unless you're walking through a room or something, you've always had a guitar in your hands.
Right.
How do you keep the inspiration going to want to keep playing? Is it just...
I think it's more of a mental, like, it's like having my security blanket.
Okay.
So I play all the time. And if I don't play, I'm not in a good mood. I'm just not happy. I'm just like depressed and things like that. So I don't really talk about this, but like a lot of like girlfriends or things like that. And I'll say, listen, like when I met my wife, I was like, listen, I will treat you great, but I play guitar all the time and it will drive you absolutely crazy. So it sounds like a funny thing, but after hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of it every day for years and years and years for the rest of your life,
I can only imagine
you'll of just like crazy guitar playing too. I'm not playing like, beautiful, relaxing songs, it's frantic guitar playing. So and if I don't, then I go a little crazy.
Really?
I go a little crazy. And I think that if I didn't have that, I'd probably be on, some sort of medication or something.
I mean,
but I have to learn stuff. I have to evolve. I have to learn to keep my brain.
well, the brain is a muscle,
Yeah.
right? And if you don't use it, you lose it. But that was going to be my question. Do you maybe have a subconscious fear that like, if I didn't play today, I'm going to lose just a little bit of the edge?
Absolutely. I play every day, even when I'm deathly sick. Like I had COVID so bad before they knew it was COVID. And I was playing all the time, just laying there playing, coughing.
Okay, here's a little side note. I saw an Instagram post. I think you and the crew boys were in Italy. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they went to the Ferrari factory and they were checking it out. And you were in the hotel playing guitar.
Yes. So they all went to the Ferrari factory, and I was like, I'm going to hang back. I'm going to open my windows and look out to the beautiful streets of Italy and play guitar all day. And that's what I did.
I love that. But when I saw that, I'm like, this motherfucker. I'm like, holy shit. Like,
and I got a song out of it called The Hollywood Story. And that's what you can hear it on
inspiration.
Yeah.
It strikes.
And that's where that song, I wrote that song on that day. Yeah.
Now, who's to say if you went to the Ferrari factory, maybe you came out with a song there, but either way, you got a song that day, which is that's great.
That song will last forever.
Totally. Oh my God. Going back to another Instagram post I've seen where your wife is like laying in the bed and you're not just playing acoustic, while my guitar gently weeps or anything like that. You're shredding amplified.
Right, amplified.
And she's just like,
yeah. And all this stuff is true. Like everything is true. And I thought to myself, I was working on something and I thought, I got to record this. And 99.9% of the time I record things on my phone. And so I just put it up, but it's not just audio. I want to see myself doing it because I'm in different positions of the neck and how I did it. And so I just did that. And I was playing and I got it. And I just looked at her to see if I woke her up a little bit. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. I'll put it on Instagram too. So everything is just completely real. Nothing's planned out.
Sure.
Which is, I think people are smart and they know when something's not real.
Sure. No, I've never it's all authentic.
Yeah. And that's what I love doing. Also, when I play on Instagram, like you'll hear like just noise from the amp or I'll stop or a cat will walk by. But most like other people, they'll play and there's a track playing. For not saying they can't play it perfectly, but for audio reasons. But I would much rather have shitty audio than have it completely real of me just playing there,
I have noticed you play with a click track sometimes.
All the time.
Which I think is super smart.
Yeah. It's just to, time.
Yeah. Just to keep time.
Yeah. You can never have just like perfect time. So I love just practicing to a metronome all the time.
It's that 10,000 hours for mastery. I mean, I'm sure you've far, surpassed that limit. And, do you ever see a point where you're just like Forrest Gump, when he's running and then he just goes, I'm done. Like, do you ever see a day where all of a sudden you're just like, I've mastered the guitar. No. There's no more to do. And you put it down. I would
be terrified of that day. Terrified. I don't know what I would do. I would be terrified. And luckily it's a never ending, instrument that you can never stop learning on it. I literally don't know what I would do. Who knows? I don't even want to think about it.
It's a good thing your wife can't ground you. No more guitar for the week.
Oh yeah,
you're just
I would drive her nuts. But it's a good question. If you are with somebody and you're like, oh, I'm going to treat you great, but I'm going to do this every day, all day for the rest of your life. But some people might be like, no way. That sounds insane. Like,
But I mean, she seems to be totally on board.
Yeah,
You guys have been together a long time.
Yeah, long time.
I mean, that's great. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. You said that if you weren't playing, you'd probably get depressed or be on some sort of medication, which makes me think of, as long as I've known you, you've never been a drinker. You've never been drugged, sober. I mean, do you think that Kiss had any, because I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh, there's a kind of a, like Gene Simmons says that he's gotten high once accidentally by eating some weed brownies.
Right.
But he's been totally sober, never been drunk. Paul Stanley was never a drinker, never into drugs. Like, do you think that maybe they influenced your ways of, like, inadvertently, where you're just like, no?
It was all like my surroundings and seeing what was going on. Like I would, my parents smoked and drank, my friends, everybody did. I was the odd man out, I was the weird one, but I just thought I never, and this is the truth, I never wanted it to affect my ability of playing. And that's why I never did it. And like, I just chose not to do it just because of mainly that reason.
Because, I mean, rock and roll is synonymous with, sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
And so I find it really fascinating and interesting when there's dudes such as yourself that have bypassed that and been like, no. And I think that's part of wanting to, the want and need to be great, to be better than what is coming if you're writing and drinking and drugging and, probably having fun, but it's going to affect your playing and your music.
I think in general, though, I need to loosen up a little bit.
You think so?
I think I do, because I play so much and I'm so weird about health and I'm so weird about going to sleep at the exact same time and waking up at the same time. And I think because I'm so militant and so, draconian of so many things.
But that's your lane. I mean, you know it.
Yeah.
And you own it.
I think I might need to loosen up a little bit.
What time do you go to bed?
I go to bed at midnight.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like,
wake up at 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, midnight. Oof. She's got me in bed at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Maybe you're falling asleep at 10, but I'm
because I'm playing.
Mm.
So Rita will pass out at like 8:39 and then I'll play nonstop constantly for those hours. But, maybe I should have a plate of pasta, or maybe I should have a candy bar or something like that. But I just don't have anything.
We're going to go deep now. Do you guys, guilty pleasure? Do you have any like those TV moments when you're in bed and you're going to sleep? Like, do you watch like Beverly Hills Housewives or anything?
I love TV. I love
How do you
movies.
not let it take over or are you playing guitar and it's just on?
That's what I do. I play and I watch. Play and I watch. And I've seen everything. And I wanted to do like some kind of on Instagram, like where I rate like documentaries or something, because I watch those things. Oh, you should watch this, you should watch that. But then I'll give suggestions to like Tommy and Brittany or Nikki and Courtney, and I'll give them suggestions of things to watch, and they're like, this is horrible. So I'm like, maybe I won't do that.
So what was one of your favorites recently?
I love White Lotus.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Love White Lotus. I love documentaries. Best documentary I've ever seen is this one called Living with Lincoln. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So I'll do real quick cliff notes. So there's this soldiers, Civil War, and Lincoln came to thank the soldiers for doing a great job at the battlefield. And the soldier was like, I just met the president. I just met Abraham Lincoln. So that inspired him to start collecting anything like newspapers or little flyers or buttons or whatever they had back then. Then he died and passed it on to his son. The son was like collecting, on honor of his dad and Abraham Lincoln, collecting, got the collection got a lot larger. He died, passed it on to his, sibling, his son. And now this son, at this point, the collection is very vast. It's big. It's really big. And this guy, he was older now, and he was collecting and documenting, writing books on Lincoln. And the daughter loved the dad so much, she started helping the dad too. And later on in life, the Depression happened, and she was like, well, we got to do something because we have no money. We have this Lincoln collection. She goes, I'm going to write a book. And she wrote this children's book that was the first one that had like fur, where you could touch the fur and you could look at yourself in a little mirror. And she wrote that book, and it was a bestseller. Never wrote a book before, and brought them out of the Great Depression. And so they were just collecting over time and time and time. And this woman, now as an older woman, gets cancer from doing so much documentation on the Lincoln collection, gets cancer, dies, and then the son takes over the collection. He's now documenting. He gets the same cancer because it's from the mold, because it's from so long.
No way.
And so they put all the collection in this, in the museum, and this collection from the Civil War, from today, that's where we got the image for the penny, the dollar, the $5 bill, the Lincoln Monument, the Mount Rushmore, just from this collection.
No kidding.
Yeah, great documentary. So,
and that's
Living with Lincoln.
Living with Lincoln.
Yeah, HBO.
We catch a lot of documentaries. Haven't seen that one yet.
What do you like?
White Lotus for sure.
Yeah.
We kind of. So I started moonlighting as a screenplay writer, and I used to hate television, but I never really knew much about the television of today. I was thinking network television. And as I was starting to write, people were like, you got to write for TV. So you need to do your research. So I was like, and then I started watching TV, and then it was like research. And then it was like all consuming. And
Yeah.
Rosie will, it's like whatever we put on, it's like, okay. And we go through documentary phases. And then we'll go through, a limited series or something, but it's like next episode. And I'll be like, honey, we got to turn this off. Like I can't, my eyes are bleeding. I'm not ready to fall asleep yet, but I cannot watch this anymore. And she's like, no, just one more, please. But I think top of mind right now would be White Lotus. Succession. Did you ever see Succession?
Succession is, I was watching it, but read it like it's hard because I got to sell it to her. And, so yeah, she didn't, but yeah, that's incredible. But I love what was, God, there's so many. The Studio is great.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. That's out with Seth Rogen, right?
Yeah. It's it's kind of like Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's pretty brilliant.
I've never seen that one.
What?
No.
This is over. This podcast is over. You have to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Well, because I started watching TV late. Like I'm the guy who, 5 years after starts to watch Breaking Bad. After everybody's already seen it.
Oh, yeah. You got to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It was like 5 years later.
Genius.
Oh, okay.
It's absolutely genius.
All right.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I've never heard a bad thing about it.
No, it's unbelievable. You won't even, it's like brilliant.
The Office. I never saw The Office.
Yeah, I never really saw The Office either.
Okay,
yeah,
good. So we're back on track. We're okay.
Yeah. We're back. Roll them.
Which takes me to another deep, into the musical dives of podcastdom. You're a huge cat and dog fanatic. I'm a big dog fan, and for some reason, I'm not a cat guy, but I love your cats.
Yeah.
What kind of cats are they?
So they're Sphinx. So, because Rita's allergic. So all the cats. So we have Vlad in order. We have Wednesday, Telly, which are two black hairless cats. Then we have Herman, who's an elf-eared, big white hairless cat. Then we have Vlad, who's like a little, I guess, little short-legged, very short-legged, like
We just had him
lowrider.
in he's got an
Yeah.
alien face. He's
And then we have Igor, who's also from Ukraine. Then we just got Churro, who's a hairless dog, just except
that's
for the
the dog.
mohawk on his head, but which is natural. So it's a natural. He's the funniest looking dog. Then just recently, somebody said there's a hairless dog. They're going to put him to sleep tomorrow. We're like, oh no. And it's a girl. She's just little baby and she's just so small. And just, we're like, we got to save this dog.
Yeah,
so
of
we
course.
saved the dog and we took it to the vet, take care of everything, take care of her, get her all these vitamins and medication. She starts growing all this hair. We're like, this isn't a hairless dog. This dog was so sick, incredibly sick
Oh, that's horrible.
that
Like
it
she had
lost
mange or
all
something,
its hair.
like lost all her hair.
Lost all her hair. Now she's like living, luxury and
Living her
like
best life.
loves everything and is so happy with all these other friends and
And she's like a big fluff ball full of hair.
full of hair. Yeah.
What kind of dog was it?
I don't know.
You know-
A black one, black
What's her
haired
name?
dog. Her name, we were going to call her Cinco, but I think she was just so nervous. She was peeing all over the house. So we call it, we're like, oh, TT, so we call her TT.
TT. All right. Makes sense.
Yeah. It's too bad though, man. It's like this poor dog was so abused.
How are
you
people
know?
such fucking assholes? When it
Yeah.
comes, I just can't even. That just.
But now she's happy as a clam.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. So I want to jump back into the music stuff for real this time.
Yeah.
You are known. I mean, you're a telly guy.
Yeah.
Do you think what made you a telly guy? Like what turned you on to? I love tellies. I love it.
Yeah.
But do you think that comes from your? I don't want to say the hee-haw days because I honestly don't know what they played on hee-haw, even though I grew up with hee-haw. But I would say that's more banjo and acoustic guitars, right? But like a telly has always been kind of synonymous with country, right?
Right.
What?
So what it was is I loved, I was so into music and I loved the sound of electric guitar. And at this point, I'm really young. I don't know anything, and I just knew I loved electric guitar. So I would, just like still today, I just watch TV and I would see anything music and I'd see like on Hee Haw, they're playing these guitars and I looked for the guitar player and there he was. Don Rich was up there playing and he had this beautiful sparkly guitar and it was the shape of a Telecaster. So I didn't know a Telecaster from a Les Paul, from a Stratocaster. I just knew an electric guitar looked like that, which was the shape of a Telecaster because I kept seeing it from even all the guests that were on playing. They all had the shape of this guitar. And then my sister loved the Rolling Stones and Keith Richards had that Telecaster. It's like, oh, I want an electric guitar. And I didn't know that there were any other shapes. So I got an electric guitar and it wasn't that shape. And I was like, oh, but it was an electric guitar and I didn't really understand it. But deep in my mind, I wanted a Telecaster.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's just so funny what you see when you're young and it directs your life in such a way. Even when you see like, oh, I really like dark-haired women or, even like when you're a kid, 'cause you could see like a movie or a picture or something that triggers something.
Things that implant.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, that documentary was about collecting. You've got a massive collection. You're obviously a collector because you collect tellies too, right?
Yeah.
How many do you have now?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Over 50?
Yeah.
Well over 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know.
I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, that you had, because I've told this story as if I knew. So I guess maybe now's the time, that you had a telly in every color from every year.
Yeah. But from every year.
From every year, not every
Yeah.
color.
Not every color.
Okay. Then I stand corrected.
Yeah. But it's a lot. But I do have that collective soul, and it's
But you collect cool shit.
yeah.
Like my mom has a collection of like little thimbles and spoons from when she traveled to Europe, when I was a kid. And I'm just like,
But to her, it was important because she thought, oh, this is when I went to this and that. And to her, it's really important. But with this, most of this stuff could have been just thrown away or burned up in a fire or a flood but these are things from all over the world. And,
it's history.
close to 50 years old. Most of the stuff, half of the stuff is over 50 years old.
Well, and these guys were, okay, there's two things. I want to know, going back to the Lincoln documentary, what are your plans when you age out and you're moving on? Like, you've got kids.
Yeah.
Are they interested in this stuff?
Not one bit.
Not one bit.
Not one bit.
I was talking, Niels Lozauer, the photographer.
Love him.
Okay. Have ridden in the past motorcycles together quite a bit. And he's got rows and rows and rows of filing cabinets full of slides.
Sure.
I think his first show was the Stones in like 69 or something.
Yeah. Kiss too.
But he said his son, he's like, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? So what do you see for the future of this one day?
I never want to go out on stage where I can't really, really, really perform, like really up to par. I'll always play, always play. And I'll always do shows like Baked Potato or something like that later on in life, But if I can't tour, then I'm going to go even deeper. So a lot of people, when they want to sell a vast collection of not just music, anything like antiques or paintings, they'll go to a auction house.
Like a Sotheby's or something.
Yeah, Heritage, Sotheby's, anything like that, a high-end auction house. And there's some others that do them as well. But their thing, like the to post it, all this stuff, it's 25% extra. 25. So if you buy something for $20,000, it's a lot more than $20,000 that the buyer has to put up. There's so many fees and taxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own auction house and do the fees really not at all, just enough to cover someone, to taking pictures and documenting. But I'll probably just sell everything and then so I don't have to like run around on stage. I'll probably just do that, Would you like to see it all go to like one collector, or would you piece it up? I don't think that I would, but I don't think it's possible because, this could be, this is everything from all over the world. Yeah. So it's, I'll never get everything, but it's because a lot is just gone with age and stuff. But yeah, that'd be wonderful. But that's like a long life plan that I think that is pretty SMRT,
What makes me, what it triggers, I think about it and I'm like, I keep thinking Gene Simmons, who's a brilliant and smart and very calculated business guy. And I go, you've always been a really smart business guy, not just a musician. It's like, John Five plays guitar and stuff, but like as far as you were doing calendars and like we did some straps that you like sold on your website and like signed, and you've always been in the mix and really smart with business. And I can see that the minute you said that, I'm like, oh, of course you're going to create your own auction house. Yeah. Like, why not? Why wouldn't you?
Because here's the reason. I have, a name where people will go, oh, okay, this makes sense. And it makes sense. Oh, well, this is way more than half of what like a big auction house would charge. Mm-hmm. And so it's like a win-win, I don't have to pay these other like auction house where I could just do it myself. And that's the same thing with merchandise. Like I own all my own merchandise, all my own music and all that stuff. So that's just, it's just so much easier that way.
I think we've had a conversation in the past where you were like, yeah, I when I do solo stuff, like my own records, like I don't sell as many probably as I would through a record label, but I make a lot more money because I'm doing it all myself.
So I just did that experiment because I put out a lot of records, and I just did that experiment with a record label, and I was like, I'm going to try it. And I didn't make not even close to what I make on my own, and because the business model has changed so much nowadays, you can, if you have, enough eyes on you, YouTube or Instagram or something like that, there you go. Mm-hmm. It's not like, because you can sell everything online. It's unfortunately Tower and Warehouse and Music Plus, all these, record stores are gone. So you're kind of, doing it on your own. Now, this is, I'm like a sponge, and I listen to every meeting that people are in. And I've been around a lot of people, but like Van Halen, when they were starting out, they were like every band, like in 1979, every band went to Winterland for their posters, their shirts, all this stuff.
Merch company.
Yeah, merch company. But they got like 75% and the band got like 25. So, and everybody did it because they didn't have to worry about anything. They didn't have to worry about anything. Nothing to worry about. They walk in, they get a check. There you go. They get a check every night or whatever, however it was. But Van Halen was smart enough to go, you know what? We're going to do it. Noel Monk, their manager in 1979, we're going to do it on our own. Mm-hmm. And they rolled their sleeves up and they did it. And they made more money than you can imagine on every night on merch because they owned it all.
Wow.
And they had it semied in, and unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. So every shirt you get from like 1979 or 1980 Invasion or 81, that's all them.
All them.
All them.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I mean, some people are like, oh, I've got to constantly stay on the road. I have to constantly tour to make money because the record label's getting all the record money and the merch company's getting all the merch money. And it's like, well, maybe if you were just a little bit smarter and change your way.
Took a chance.
Take a chance, you might be able to like, So what about your guitar collection? Kids into the guitars, or is that another?
No. Yeah, everything, because I just wanted to go to someone else, that can enjoy it and maybe make magic with it as well. Yeah. I'm going to hopefully live to be, the oldest.
We're never going to die. I mean, that's not,
I
get it.
Yeah. But I'm going to enjoy it, and I do enjoy it. I enjoy this so much, and that's what's important. Life is all about enjoying what you do. I really enjoy what I do. Like, oh, there's this cassette from Japan. And I got to have that because it's a variant or something like that. So those things make me happy and make me excited,
Well, I mean, what's the point otherwise? I used to be more of a collector of things, and I think my mom's collection, it kind of put me to, and I moved a lot. And the more you move, if you have to pack up everything and then you're moving, it's like, it's,
A lot of stuff got messed up that way.
Yeah, a lot of stuff got messed up, and I kind of just stopped the collecting thing, but I've absorbed the vibe and the feel. So you're going to be opening this place up soon.
Yeah.
For tours.
Not here. It's in a different location.
You're going to move it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am going to move it, and it's going to be tough because somebody said, oh, you should take this on the road. This stuff is so fragile.
No way.
It's so fragile because the plastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so old. It's so brittle. And a lot of these things are sealed.
Yeah.
Still sealed from Kmart back in the day.
And nobody's going to take care of it the way you do.
No,
So how do you move that? How do you do that?
it's going to take a long time. And I have people that, and there's cameras everywhere, you just like white glove type of thing, because not that you're going to mess it up. It's just so brittle. That drum head right there is on the cover of Alive.
Oh, that was from the,
Yeah,
wow.
that's on the cover of Alive. And it's so old, it's 50 years old.
Man, I love the idea, it freaks me out though. I mean, I have to be honest, just because I know how, it's like if somebody moves.
That was on a bus. That's on a bus.
Oh, on the side of a bus?
On the side of a bus.
Oh,
These
wow.
two were on the side of the bus. That Kiss Army right there is the beginning of the Kiss Army. It was these two kids that stood outside this radio station in 1975, early 75, and they were like, we call ourselves the Kiss Army. We want you to play Kiss on the radio. And the band heard about this and said, we like that name. We'd like to use that name and for a fan club. And that's where that came from. So that's like the Betsy Ross of rock and roll right there.
I mean, I love that.
Yeah.
And so people are going to be able to, starting
May 5th.
I mean, you don't have much time to get all this stuff moved.
Oh, this
Wow.
is the last thing I'm doing in here. Yeah.
Wow. So you're going to be able to, you're going to be taking people on tours. They can go to,
John-5.com
and see.
and we're going to pick them up at a certain location, 6 people at a time, and they'll get to stay for 2 hours. They can leave whenever they want, but 2 hours maximum, which is a long time, to look at everything, document, to take pictures, and then you get to play me in pinball and all this fun stuff, So it's going to be, I put myself in the position because I was like, I would totally do that. I would totally do that. And people were like, oh, cool. Well, also they get to hang with you. And I didn't really even think about that because I'm going to be at every showing, hanging out. And it's like, I didn't really even think about that. Like, oh yeah, I'll be here with them for 2 hours, and meet and greets usually last like 30 seconds.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I didn't even take that into, thought. I just was thinking about the collection and people really talking, and I can talk to them about, because everything in here has a story.
I chuckle because my dad restores old vintage cars.
Nice.
And you could find a bolt in the back corner of the shop, and I'm like, hey Pop, if I'm helping him clean up, like where's this? Oh yeah, that's from that 65 GMC, whatever. That one goes up in the bin up in the corner. I'm like, and there's a story.
Yeah.
I got that car from Johnny and his old, out in the pasture. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you know?
That's what's so incredible.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
It's amazing.
And that we store this information. Useless? Maybe to some, but maybe not to others. But
I think it's incredible. And for those who are watching this, if you do get to go to the museum and walk around with John, this collection of stuff is beyond bananas. I mean, there's magazines from all over the world.
Yeah.
There's posters. You can play the pinballs.
oh yeah.
See, I wouldn't even want to move the pinballs. Like I noticed that one looks like it's maybe been redone, that glass, but this one's
The
more
glass, everything's original.
Oh.
But the play field, I think, has been like cleaned up so the ball can go better and stuff
Okay.
like that. But
I mean,
yeah,
that's worth the ticket right there, just to play the pinball machines.
yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, we're gonna play each other. So one will be on one, I'll be on another, and it'll be fun. So it'll be a blast. And here's the thing. Like Gene's original Destroyer boots are over there, and those are the only ones left in the world. But when you're a kid and you're looking at this stuff, your whole life, And then to get to touch it and go, here it is. It's like touching Superman's cape or something like that if you were into it when you were a kid.
Well, and I mean, if you think about Gene Simmons with the bat wings, right?
Yeah,
and
right there.
Being, you've got the bat wings here.
Yeah.
And he's like 8 feet tall. I mean, he is, a Superman. They are a superhero in that regard when you're,
And that's like when you're older as a kid. Yeah. I used to think they weren't real, but as you're older, this stuff is so important because it never leaves you. And I think that's what's important. It's really cool. And everybody, I don't care who you are. If you're the Beatles or if you're Beyonce, everybody, I don't care who you are, from Beethoven to Mozart, everybody had their hero. Everyone.
Yeah.
Every single person.
There's gotta be, and that I've been asking, a lot of creatives, like where their inspiration, who was their inspiration, and where that came from. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I want to be respectful, and I really appreciate your time, letting us come into your space. This is amazing. I'm going to make you it's new, but I'm going to make you a Paul Stanley strap.
Yeah.
So you can have that for just, you probably don't want to play it, but
Yeah, that'd be rad.
put it in your museum. Oh, I did want to ask, what is the, if this place caught on fire, what would be the one thing that you grabbed?
I'd say that outfit over there, it's from 1974. Gene wore that hundreds of shows. It was the only one he had. They had no money, zero.
Really?
So he would hold that right on the subway with it and stuff like that. Yeah. And that's been in countless pictures. It's on the cover of Hotter Than Hell.
Really?
Yeah.
So that would be the one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which, speaking of, I don't know if you've heard it, but Rick Rubin's podcast.
Oh yeah.
Gene's on there, and I haven't gotten through the whole thing, but it's an interesting. He's talking stories with his mom and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so and the start of
Yeah, it's incredible, man. It's people's stories. It's just inspiring,
Absolutely. Well, and that's why we're here, because you're inspiring, and you've inspired a lot of guitar players. Last one, if you were to give any bit of advice for dudes coming up, what would that be?
Because things have changed so much, times have changed so much.
Yeah.
I would say if you are great at something you do, and this is the truth, there is no way you are not going to be noticed. Like if you're on Instagram or YouTube, if you are great, could be at songwriting, playing bass, playing guitar, shooting baskets, hitting a ball. If you are great, there is no way you will not get noticed.
Great. And not just ego great, thinking you're great, like actually great.
Yeah.
And that takes practice.
And that takes practice.
And mastery.
Yeah. And for some people, comes pretty natural.
I hate those people.
Yeah.
I've always had to work for every scrap.
Of course, me too. It's like, but you have that special thing where you are intuitive enough to know, okay, this looks good. This feels good. People will want this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something special. So I'm not saying they have to be a virtuoso or anything like that, but they have to be able to do something that other people in the world will look at them and go, that's something special.
Mm-hmm.
Like look at Kurt Cobain, wrote incredible songs. You can't deny him. You can't deny Tony Iommi or Randy Rhoads or Eddie Van Halen or comics or great comics. You can't deny it, or a great baseball player or basketball player. Like there could be a kid just shooting hoops that's so great. And they're like, some guy's like, whoa, this guy's really good. Boop. On YouTube. Whoa, the world sees it. So that's what I mean.
I've seen some buskers online where I'm just like, the minute the person opens their mouth, you're like, oh my that voice, there's just a vibe about it. It's not, you know, so.
Yes. And that's what's weird is a voice, because you can learn and take as many lessons as you want, but if it's not inside you, if you don't have that tone, like look at Steve Perry, like that tone, or Rod Stewart, or someone like that, where it's that, you know, it's just God-given.
Well, I'm going to throw you in there because your tone, your playing, your vibe, your whole thing is completely original and
Thank you.
Recognizable. And it's, you know, it's a testament to who you are and
thank you.
How much work you put into your trade. I mean, there's a lot of work, a lot of hours.
Yeah. And it's fun. I've never worked a day in my life, you know?
Well, I've got huge respect for you, and I appreciate you wearing Red Monkey straps. That's like,
oh, I love it.
When you come to me for the next thing, and it's like, oh yeah, cool. Because I can put rivets and straps all day long. That it's like, But when you're like, okay, so I've been thinking about, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
What is that? What are you thinking about?
I love the white ones.
Oh,
they're so great.
They're so hard to make because white is just hard to, because it gets dirty and trying to keep it nice and clean.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Mine's so dirty right now.
But you can't tell. In photos, it looks white always appears clean.
Yeah.
But anyway, John, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was great. So if we wanted to find you one more time,
john-5.com for the museum, or on Instagram. And I run my own Instagram, and that connects to my Facebook. So I run all that stuff.
And that's at John 5? John-5 or just John 5?
John 5 Official.
John 5 Official.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
John, thanks.
Thank you, man.
God, keep on rocking.
Yeah, thank you.
Love it. Hey, this is Tori. Thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts, and we will catch you on the next one.